Welcome to Spitalfield, or as the lower left-hand corner calls it, Spitalfield. Strangely, both versions of the game feature both spellings of the word, and ironically, they're both wrong. The actual location is called Spitalfields, plural, and it was just sort of an impoverished slum of London, best known for being the location of a very serious cholera outbreak, and the site of Jack the Ripper's final killing. Morbid stuff they're referencing in this game. So right where we start off, get a little hidden full health orb. But as we move forward, we meet the horrifying Peeps monster. Not a very horrifying name, but they're gigantic monstrosities with 3 arms and 3 heads. Game gives us a little tip on how to deal with them. Those combo hints will pop up every couple of levels, which is not nearly often enough, and the first 2 are completely useless. If you can't figure out to press the attack button 3 times each, you're not going to make it very far in this game. And both of those combos are terrible, so here's a better one. That's a very simple combo. All you have to do is hit square and then hit X a bunch of times. It has way more hits than the 3-hit combo does. Each of them does a lot more damage, and the final strike will knock the monster down if they somehow survive all the other hits. And there's another combo, reminiscent of Dante's High Time from Devil May Cry. Unfortunately, it's very easy to block because it has a huge wind-up, but we'll make use of it eventually. For now, though, our much simpler combo will be much more effective. And zombies don't even need combos, they're one-hit kill. It's very important to learn what part of an enemy's attack animation actually does damage, and block until such time. Not always the part you would think. Oh, this window here has a different texture, which means behind it is absolutely nothing. Thanks. Fortunately, there are some actual prizes around here. Now, that window there that has the same texture as all the others, that one has a prize behind it. This is why I promise you that I will not be getting 100% of all items in every level. Bullshit like that just makes it not very fun. Ah, but there we got ourselves a Trigun. It's actually called the multi-gun, but I'm going to call it the Trigun. That's a screen-clearing weapon. Use it, and it kills everybody in sight. And here we're introduced to another hideous monster variety called the Docker. So called because they normally hang out around the docks. This one is very easily dealt with the better combo that we haven't been taught yet. So there's a second zombie right around here. But he will always ambush the first tunnel, even if we sneak around behind him. Not the smartest zombie. But he's a blue jean zombie, so he'll take a bit to deal with. And for our troubles, he rewards us with a proximity mine. And the Peeps monsters start throwing the environment at us. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. Environmental attacks are very common in this game. We'll be seeing tons of them throughout this level, and most upcoming levels as well. So our adrenaline bar is actually active now. It ticks down about a pixel every other second, which adds up very quickly. Ah, here's the environmental attacks I mentioned. If you don't know they're coming, they are designed to hit you unless you backstep. So you have to immediately respond to the sound effect they make or get hit. Those add up very quickly. And if there's monsters around, they also knock you down, so the monsters get a free attack on you. This game is designed to kill you, basically. Environmental attacks can hit the monsters if you lure them into them, but it's very difficult to do so. Their hitboxes are bizarre sometimes. That debris did land directly on top of the Docker, but he did not take any damage. It's not immediately obvious, but we have reached a fork in the road. That zombie led us to the left side, but there's fabulous prizes over on the right. And death. That horrible blurred screen effect is what you get when you die in the PlayStation version. The N64 version has a better effect, which I'm sure we'll be seeing eventually because this game is designed to kill you. Still trying to do my high time helm splitter combo, because Nadia here is the original Dante, before even that Rising Zan guy that everyone forgot about. But unfortunately, the attack has so much wind up that it never hits. At least not in these tight corridors. Later levels will be more conducive to the use of that and other combos. For now though, our million kicks combo is much better. Most enemies in this game stunlock very easily. So as long as you can hit them once, you can usually kill them. And on hard difficulty, all they have is about twice as much health. So all that is designed to do is waste your time. Oh, and speaking of wasting our time, here's another breakable window that we can't get anything from. There's no way back into that room there. What I did miss in my haste was another Trigun hiding behind that stack of boxes all the way at the back of the secret room there. But otherwise, this is a dead end. Gotta make sure we break all the boxes because about half of them have useful items in there. So we've got another Peeps monster, and I happen to know there's about to be a Docker attack. So I'm using the repulsive smoke so that I don't have to fight them both at the same time. Enemies will avoid us for the duration of the repulsive smoke effect, which is about a minute. It's another delaying effect though, which is very bad for the adrenaline mechanic, but it can aid in our survivability if we use it responsibly. Really hate that the high time combo can be interrupted. I hate it so much that I chopped that Peeps monster to bits. Now, they've got so many extra limbs and faces and just general meat stuck on them randomly that chopping them apart doesn't always kill them. In fact, they can usually still attack you pretty effectively after losing a limb or two. Oh, there was half a fence on that one side of the pillar there, exclusively so that zombie could do a jump scare. And I looked away at the time, so I missed it. So we're short one jump scare in this LP. Now we've got a Peeps monster on the other side of a bunch of explosive barrels. Killed two birds with one stone here. On hard difficulty, they have so much health that they actually survive that explosion. And you still gotta fight them. Weird collapsing sound while we killed that Docker. And there's the collapse it was supposed to be timed with. We hit the trigger for the sound before we hit the trigger for the actual collapse. There's no way to get on the other side of that debris, even though it seems like we should be able to get back there. Still trying to do my high time. There we go. We get a good look at the back face on the Peeps monster. I mentioned why the Dockers are named Dockers, but the Peeps monsters are named for Samuel Pepys, who is an important part of this game's backstory and an actual historical figure. He lived through the 1600s and is best known for keeping a detailed diary for about 10 years of his life. The game posits that he was a member of the Brotherhood of Hecate, and turned against them when their pursuits turned to mad science, eventually burning them all alive and starting the Great Fire of 1666. That too is a real part of London history, which Samuel Pepys did write about, although, of course, he did not actually start the Great Fire of 1666. There was also a Great Plague of London in 1665, so presumably the Brotherhood of Hecate started that as well. The opening cutscene pronounced it Hecate, so I'm sticking with that, even though I know that the Greek goddess is pronounced Hecate. Just making sure everyone knows I'm doing that on purpose, not just making a fool of myself. And back to Samuel Pepys' journal. The fact that it kept obsessive notes on all the evil deeds of the Brotherhood and all their mad science is what allowed the Brotherhood to resurface over 100 years later when the book was rediscovered. And that's what led to the events of this game. Ah, there's a self-destructing bridge, which is barely an impediment. We can leap over it easily. But the knockback on the attacks from this Pepys monster can very easily push us into the river for an instant kill. Very frustrating. And there goes the man himself, Adam Crowley. Destroying bridges behind him, but we're still in hot pursuit. He's escaped down an alleyway, and left us with one last monster to defeat to finish him off. And we wouldn't want to miss this secret. Of course, they would put a secret right here. But anyway, that is the end of Spitalfield. Adam Crowley is just ahead, with nowhere to run at this dead end, so let's go get him.
Ah, victory. How short-lived a triumph. I hope you like snakes.
Well, he somehow managed to slip free from our grasp anyway, and leave us with another taunt. We'll see just what he's talking about next time, but not immediately. The next two levels were swapped in the Nintendo port, so when we pick up with Ignatius, we're going to have to overcome a significant hurdle first. I'll let the outro text for the 64 version of this level explain why the next part is going to be dire.